Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for another episode of Transfer Talk, as we always are at 3 p.m. The comments are already here. DC come home, 40 million, and he's yours. He ain't going for 40 million. Any Chelsea fan who thinks they can get 40 million for Tammy Abraham is living on a completely different planet. Not 40 million. I'd happily take him for that. I wouldn't. I'd be absolutely raging. He has potential. Okay. I don't think so. Remember, if you're listening, hijack the Varane deal. Okay, so you want Haaland as well. You don't have the wage budget for this. It's already clear you have to get rid of a lot of players before you even think of trying just Haaland, and even that is now going to be ridiculously difficult, especially with how Nuno is reacting. Varane close on United move. He is. So we may be back, Actually acting like a big club. Tears in my eyes. Oh dear. Kenny is crying. Big up now. Big up to DC as well. But what are we going to be talking about? We might as well get straight into it. We're going to be talking about Varane. Varane United is gradually processing, but it's a done deal. We'll be talking about that in today's show. Also be talking about Tammy Abraham is apparently going to Villa, and that deal is advanced, very advanced, as you can see. That is from when Villa win the championship, and someone called Tammy played for him. Haaland will not leave this summer, and especially with Mino Raiola demanding unrealistic clauses to be entered into Erling Haaland's contract, and Chelsea fans, you're not going to love Mino Raiola's. I suppose this is why you don't get into bed with Mino Raiola. Declan Rice has apparently turned down a new contract from West Ham United, and he wants to move to United and or Chelsea, and will be disappointed if £16 million is not accepted. And we'll get into that. We're also talking about Nuno Spurs being a done deal, as we all know that was announced yesterday. But as we always do, let's go to some of because you're showing those. Yeah, it normally is. It will be fine. It's fine now. Declan Rice wants United to move. Maybe, or Chelsea. He really isn't. He wants a big move. Hello, Niall, and big up to RJ. Let me just put that one back up. Very laggy. Now it's okay. Now, yeah. See, it's only when I stop showing things. It's very weird. But let's talk about Varane. There's a lot about Varane. Manchester United are gradually progressing on a deal for Raphael Varane, finishing second, and the European Super League left the Glazers with no choice but some deals designated to transform United into credible champions. That is according to Samuel Lockhurst. So yeah, that is that. And you are also close to finalising a deal for Real Madrid defender Raphael Varane. That according to Mark Ogden. from ESPN. There's plenty. There is plenty. They've got Varane to Manchester United is gathering pace. Real Madrid have agreed to sell him, and a bid of 50 to 60 million will be agreed between Manchester United and Real Madrid. That is according to Pete O'Rourke. And this one isn't in the know. We're not sure how trusted this is, but we thought we would report the information. Man U soon, all terms agreed with Rafael Varane. Now, terms agreed with Real Madrid. Varane on the way to Manchester United. So, in terms of the Varane deal, it looks like Manchester United are really, really pushing to get him. I think they're offering a bigger wage packet than any other team is looking at offering at the moment. So United look like they're going to take Varane off Real Madrid, and you have to ask, Sancho, Varane, still not enough though. For me, I still think they need more. They need a DM. They potentially even need a backup right back. Depends on really what Ollie's going to do. Is he going to use that, or is he going to go and get another one? Trippier looks like it's out of the question. Far too much wanted for Trippier. So a lot of that is a bit mad. But Varane to United does look like it's almost a done deal. And obviously, if Varane not in the Euros, France obviously knocked. If Varane signs, that could be done quite quickly now. Obviously, you'd assume with Varane not obviously, as I say, in the Euros. But also, what does that mean for Paul Pogba? Will Paul Pogba join United, sort of re-sign a contract? It's one of them. It is one of them. Varane is sus with Samos. You obviously nipping. If you're gonna say shit like that, at least watch Varane play. That is incredibly disrespectful to say about a player of the quality of Rafael Varane. It also shows to me that you haven't watched Rafael Varane. That is a ridiculous comment to make. Ridiculous. That is barbaric. Absolutely barbaric. United are actually having their best transfer window. They are, and look, you could say if they get Glemis, if they maybe get a right back, it could be the best window with ever that United have had. So it's a mad one. Kenny says we're moving so fast all of a sudden. I don't believe my eyes. Can say much with Rudiger. Can't say much with Rudiger. Yeah, well, Rudiger is suspect with. You could put Rudiger in with, I don't know, fucking Van Dijk, and Rudiger's still sus. Yes, he gets easily triggered, does Rudiger. What has happened to my football club? What has Myrtle done to my club? It could be a mixture of Myrtle. It could also be the Glazers need to do something because Super League, isn't it? Let's talk about Tammy Abraham, though. Advanced talks for Tammy Abraham. The Villains are preparing offer close to 45 million euros. The striker could leave Chelsea soon. But this is a report from the Mail. Aston Villa are ready to spend 40 million to take Tammy Abraham from Chelsea. The 23-year-old striker is free to leave Stamford Bridge as he does not have a future at the club. And that has opened the door for Villa boss Dean Smith, under whom Abraham had a successful loan spell 3 years ago. Obviously, we have to remember that was in the Championship. Tammy Abraham is not a good striker. Abraham's got to help Villa win promotion back to the Premier League via Championship playoff final, and his return would be welcomed with open arms by supporters. Also, Smith, who wants to get his business done early this summer to give himself as much time as possible to work with the squad. Villa are moving mad. They want this done very, very quickly. It's one of them, really. It's a madness. Did you see him against Germany? Conceded an own goal against City in the Champions League. Oh, I didn't realise conceding one own goal in one game made you a shit defender. I must have forgot that. Because I think everyone makes a mistake. Do you know what? One of the best defenders in the world, or at that time, Rio Ferdinand, he made a mistake. But he obviously would have been sus without Vidic or however. I've seen many players. I've seen Zidane. I've seen many people concede goals and make mistakes. It doesn't make them a shit player. It doesn't make them sus. And also, if he's sus without Ramos, why do you want... So, Nippin, you couldn't... So what you've done is you've said he's sus without Ramos and then gone Roman. If you're listening, hijack the Varane to United deal. Why? If he's that sus, why do you want him? You're idiotic comments. Idiotic. 2 years ago, and it's one game, he didn't even concede an own goal. 40 million for Barmy Abraham. It is one of them. Diaz scored an own goal. Is he bad? No, Diaz is bad. He's a head merchant. Okay, I'm sorry. Not a problem. But look, at the end of the day, keep it consistent. You got to keep it consistent. If United get him, you wouldn't think he's a shit player because he's gone to United. Yet you wanted Roman Abramovich to hijack the deal. That's just... What is that? I don't even know how to describe that. I just don't, because what that says to me is, well, it would have been really good if he joined my club, but because he's joined another club, he's shit. That's that for me, just it makes zero sense. This one is regarding Chelsea and Erling Haaland. Real Madrid have been informed that Haaland will stay at Dortmund this summer. They're now preparing to sign him in 2022 whilst focusing on signing Mbappe this summer. That is according to Felix Diaz. We have Thiago Silva. United have Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire is the second best defender in the league. Maybe third. And also, Thiago Silva got sent off against West Brom. So he must be a bad defender. Kenny, he isn't. Erling Haaland is expected to complete a sensational move from Dortmund to Chelsea, according to reports. So, Sport understands Blues open talks over the Norwegian striker at the beginning of the month, even though the full cost of the deal could be close to £170 million. And Bundesliga Alpha stated they do not wish to sell their coveted forward this summer. But the ambitious striker is open to taking the next steps in his career. But to Ian McGarry on the Transfer Window podcast, a potential move has hit a stumbling block, with the Champions League holders unwilling to bow to the contract demands of Mino Raiola. His agent Mino Raiola is keen to insert a get-out clause into Haaland's contract in order that he move. His next move, that is after he leaves Dortmund, is smooth and is also concrete with regards to payment and also a structure McGarry has said. And of course, in Mino's case, the commission, Chelsea are not particularly keen on any get-out clause for any of their players. This is something obviously common in Spain, in La Liga and in Serie A, and sometimes in the Bundesliga as well. So regarding that, Chelsea trying to get Haaland is going to be virtually impossible. Because Mino Raiola, he wants a clause inserted. He wants a clause saying, if this much money is paid, you have to let Haaland go. That's what he wants. He wants a get-out clause. He doesn't want Haaland to be tied down to a concrete contract. He wants a get-out clause. He wants Haaland to be able to leave Chelsea freely without Chelsea stepping on his toes. It's really difficult. Really, really difficult. And I think getting Haaland has just been even more difficult now. Yes, you can pay the 170 mil. Also probably means you're only getting a Adama Traore and not another centre-back. Where does this leave Chelsea? Because if Mino Raiola wants a get-out clause, how low does he want that clause? Could be like, 80 million. Chelsea could get absolutely done over here. What was that? Chelsea's Premier League campaign, RIP. Why can't we tell Mino to go and do one? I don't know, because Mino Raiola is Haaland's agent. For you to get Haaland, you have to get Mino Raiola. They come as a package. All players have an agent. Erling Haaland's agent is Mino Raiola. Why do you think that United are going in for Haaland? Why do you think City aren't particularly keen on going in on Haaland? Well, that's because of Mino Raiola. No club wants to do business with Mino Raiola because they know that they have to try and get Mino Raiola in as well if you want Haaland. That's very difficult because Mino Raiola is an absolute wanker. So it's really difficult. Mino does what's best for him and his client. We've seen it with Pogba. Mino Raiola will also cause Chelsea a lot of problems in the press. As we all know from Pogba's situation, Mino Raiola has quite a, how shall I put it, potty mouth. He talks a lot. He likes to talk to the press. He likes to get his name out there. He's a gossip. That is not going to go well for Chelsea and Tuchel. So maybe Haaland is out the picture. Maybe you need to try and somehow convince Daniel Levy to give up Harry Kane. Now, if you're willing to spend 170 on Haaland, maybe getting Kane might be a better option because Kane doesn't have Mino Raiola. But the disadvantage for Kane, you have to deal with Daniel Levy. So Chelsea's in between a rock and a hard place. You want a really elite striker. Well, one is with Mino Raiola, and the other is with Daniel Levy. You're in a really difficult situation. Andre Silva. You could get Andre Silva, but it's not what Chelsea want. Chelsea want that elite striker. They want a striker that will come in and hit the ground running and get them goals straight away. Only Haaland and Kane are available to do that. No one really else, if you could try and convince Lewandowski to come to the Prem, that would be a good move. There's not many out-and-out strikers that are world-class out there. It's why United look like they're going to try and persist with Mason Greenwood up front and think that it will work. But it probably will because he's a generational talent. So Chelsea's in between a rock and a hard place here because Mino Raiola could cause a lot of problems. Declan Rice has put Man U and Chelsea on that after it emerged turned down 2 new contract offers from West Ham. He is expected to reject any more imminent attempts to extend his deal and see whether Man U or Chelsea find their interest with a bid. West Ham value Declan Rice at 100 million, but he would want informed of any offers the club receive for him and would most likely be disappointed if bids in the region of 60 million turned down, given he did not cost the Hammers anything. These are all according to Matt Law. Jesse Lingard spent 6 successful months on loan at West Ham, but could struggle to afford a permanent deal for Lingard, which may encourage Man U to try and offer 28-year-old as part of a bid for Declan Rice. Now, this is key. This is key. United, for me, are favourites here, and I'll give my reasons why. Chelsea are hunting down Haaland. They're going to have to spend big to bring Haaland. We're also looking at Adama Traore. Can't really afford to go get Declan Rice as well. And actually, I think it's Tchouaméni. I think Chelsea are looking more at Tchouaméni. United have got Lingard. Now, they could use Lingard as a make weight. What United could do is offer £60 million plus Jesse Lingard. That in the region of around £85 million offer. That would work quite well, and it would fit West Ham a lot because West Ham, they're struggling to afford to be able to get Jesse Lingard. Now, I don't think Jesse needs to stay at Man U, and in fact, I don't think it would be advisable for Jesse Lingard to stay at Manchester United, which means one thing: offer him as part of the deal. Offer him as part of a deal to get Declan Rice. It works perfectly. You get to knock a bit of money off. You don't have to pay it all in cash. West Ham get the player they want. Man U offload a player, offload some wages, and bring in a player that they need. This fits perfectly for United. I think United should. I think United are favourites unless Chelsea pop in. Unless Chelsea pop in and say, no, we want Declan Rice, here's 70 million, 80 million. Then Chelsea's favourites, man. But if Chelsea don't, United are favourites for him. Can they get him? That's a different question. Here talks about Ndidi. I don't think United want to do business with Leicester because you always get your pants pulled down. So, one of them. The Portugal international did for him to be fair. He did. Adama is shit. Pace merchant with no end product. Finally, someone agrees with me. Adama Traore is one of the worst players I've ever seen. Basically, Adama Traore is just a little bit stronger than Dan James. Well, a lot more stronger than Dan James. He's a quick muscle man. That's all he is. Is all he is. And now, last but not least, Nuno. Been appointed the new Spurs head coach on a 2-year deal to bring an end to a long-running search for Jose Mourinho's successor. Spurs managing director of football Fabio Patrici flew into London for the first time on Tuesday to close the deal. Nuno said, "You have spent when you have a quality squad with talent. We want to make the fans proud and enjoy. It is an enormous pleasure and honour to be here. There's joy. I'm happy and looking forward to starting work. We don't have any days to lose, and we must start working immediately as pre-season starts in a few days. First of all, and this is from Daniel Levy. First of all, I'd like to welcome Nuno to this club. We would like to thank our supporters for their patience throughout the process. I've spoken already about the need to revert back to our core DNA of playing attacking and entertaining football. And Fabio and I believe Nuno is the man who can take our talented group of players and embrace our young players coming through and build something special. The brief of this appointment has been clear. We wanted a head coach that can instill all the values that are important to this club," Patrici said. You want a coach to play attacking, entertaining football, and you're hiring Nuno. Bullshit. Nuno ain't playing attacking, entertaining football. Makes no sense. No sense. But I'm not even going to talk about that because, to be frankly honest, they've contradicted themselves already. Want to play attacking, entertaining football, and you are for Nuno. I like Nuno, but he ain't gonna play attacking, entertaining football. It's just not gonna happen. Not going to happen. The link is in the chat for anyone who wants to come on and have their say. So make sure you do that. Click on the link and pop in. We're joined by Kenny. How we do it?
Good.
Kenny, what do you want to talk about?
Rafael Varane is joining us, man. I mean, I think it's going to be done in the next week, Rafael Varane. And he's joining us, and I can't believe it because they're moving very, very mad in this transfer window. I love how Nip and Sharma just tried to be in a car, but yeah.
It's okay, he's not driving, so we can.
I'm not driving. I'm not driving. Yeah. I'm a passenger.
Yeah, I noticed that. I've noticed that.
But my dad's on the wheel.
Yeah, no, I know, Paul. But Kenny, what do you want to talk about then?
Yeah, Rafael Varane, I think it'll be done in the next week. It's a very, very good deal for us. And Nippon, stop being a flip-flop, mate. Stick to one opinion. But yeah, I think it'll be a great deal for us. And also, with the Declan Rice thing, I don't see him moving towards. I think what's going to happen as well, we're going to offer 60 million plus Lingard. Then they're going to say offer 10 more million. It's not going to happen. It's going to break down and then we'll get Ali.
See, I disagree. Judging from what's been said, Declan Rice will be disappointed if they don't accept 60 million. Now if you're offering 60 million and Jesse Lingard, I think that Declan Rice is definitely gonna want that to be accepted, and I think he could force the move. But we're joined by Herbert as well. But we'll go to I don't know if Nippon is available yet. We'll go to Nippon first. What do you want to talk about, bro? You're on mute, Nippon.
What do I want to talk about Varane? All I'm going to say is that, yeah, I might have been a bit harsh on him,
Mm-hmm.
but he did form a back line that conceded 3 in a Euro in an international knockout game.
Yeah, is it okay? Because Rudiger only conceded 2 goals to the English, which hasn't been done all tournament.
Look, when it comes to country, I wanted him to make as many mistakes as possible.
Well, yeah, but if that's the standard for Rudiger, why is that not the standard for Varane?
Look, all I'm trying to say is the reason I mentioned Thiago Silva in the chat was because he would be next to Thiago, he would be partnering Thiago Silva. But obviously, now that United are going for him, he'll be partnering Harry Maguire.
Do you not think, though, that a Harry Maguire-Varane partnership is a very formidable partnership?
I do. I honestly do.
Yeah. I do hear that. Daniel says Manchester United are back and he is a pace merchant. If you are daring to call Jadon Sancho a pace merchant, I'm about to start flying.
Who? What? Who?
Daniel, if you are doing what I think you're doing and referring to Jadon Sancho as a pace merchant, you better hope you have some figures or stats to back that up.
And also change your profile.
Because I will be whacking out as many stats as you want to prove that he is not just a pace merchant. In fact, that isn't. If you're saying what I think you're saying, that we're about to have an argument. We are about to fly. But Nippin, talk to me quickly about Erling Haaland. You see Chelsea doing it. It's going to be 170 million.
Let's just give it to them. Just give it to them. Take all you
What about
want.
Mino? What about Mino?
If I was
What about Mino Raiola though? Wanting a get out clause.
Just do what Mino says. Just get bullied into submission.
What you want Chelsea to offer 170 million pounds to Dortmund and accept a get out to Mino Raiola?
Look, if that's what it takes, do we want Haaland or not?
That is something I'd expect Manchester United to do, not
like,
Chelsea. That sounds like you've just explained Ed Woodward's transfer business normally.
But Dortmund are basically saying, either you give us 170 million or go do one. I know what I'm doing.
Well, yeah, but if Mino Raiola wants to insert but if Mino Raiola wants to insert a get out clause as well, like you're willing to offer 170 mil to get your pay and accept it.
We want the best of the best, don't we?
Yeah,
so you have to pay big bucks.
You do, but you don't have to insert a get out clause for big people.
But then Mino will say either you give me what I want, or you're not getting my
Nipping.
You're not getting my client. Simple as.
United didn't even have to put a get out clause for Pogba. If we're talking anyone, I mean, I'm just surprised United didn't have to put a get out clause because it's United, and I stand corrected, but I think it was Ed Woodward that was negotiating that transfer. So
yeah, but Ed Woodward's a clown and he's gone now.
Well, he hasn't. He's still there, but you are right. He is a clown. That's why I said that. From the way you're speaking about, just offer the money and accept the get out clause. That sounds.
Basically, Mino and Dortmund are saying either you meet our demands or go and do one. That's what they're saying.
Do you want to know what I would do?
What?
Do one. I would walk. Why? Because if you get bullied by Dortmund, every other club is watching that, going, "Oh, we can bully Chelsea now. Excellent, let's do it."
We're being bullied by Dortmund. But then the end result could be a trophy.
Well, see, I would walk away and I would open talks with Daniel Levy.
Yeah, but
I would.
Daniel Levy ain't selling to a London club.
Oh no,
Ever.
Daniel Levy is going to be a very tough negotiator, as is Dortmund. But if you offer Daniel Levy 107 mil, which is what you're about to offer Haaland,
Daniel Levy will be an even bigger bitch to deal.
Oh no! You'll get Kane for 170 mil, easy. He'll do that.
Kane ain't ever coming to a London club.
He would. Kane would. If Kane went to Chelsea and said, if it was up to Kane would go to Chelsea. Daniel Levy might be a bit difficult, but I do think that would happen. DC says Nippon has high expectations. Barla, there's no need to call him a clown. There's no need to call him a clown. But we're joined by Herbert, Varane, Sancho, Varane. What's in the water at Manchester, and what's happened to Ed Woodward?
I don't know what's in the water of Manchester. Probably turning into wine these days. But look, about Varane, I don't believe it because it's all coming from the English press. So most of them, just chat. They just move it in front of them and then have to retract it, unless it's coming from some Spanish media or from some French media.
Yeah.
I won't believe it.
I
always thought Varane is going to go to Chelsea first.
I think Pete O'Rourke is Spanish media.
Okay. No, I am talking about especially around Real Madrid, the media around someone like AS and all that guys.
Yeah, I think Pete O'Rourke. I'll check again, but I think Pete might be.
What were you saying, Niall?
Might be Spanish media.
What were you saying,
We're just talking. I'm just talking to Herbert quickly, and then we'll go back to you, Nippon. I'm just trying to check out this guy. That's Samuel Lockhurst. Don't want to talk. Samuel Lockhurst. He's absolute shocking. That's Mark Ogden. Kenny, you send me so much, it's actually unreal sometimes. There we go.
Here's a question.
Yeah, so Pete is a freelance sports journalist for hire, DMs open, blah, blah, blah. I don't know where he works, though. But it looks like you could be getting Raphael Varane.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm not really sure about Varane that United can go get him. I mean, look, we are interested, but I always felt that he's going to go to Chelsea because probably they want to shift to a back four the next season, and he's a perfect signing for us.
The advantage,
lack of pace.
Yeah, the advantage that United has got at the moment is Chelsea are looking for a striker. At this precise moment, they cannot afford to get Haaland and Varane and Adama Traore, because Chelsea have got a lot of players they need to get rid of. They've got.
I don't want Adama Traore.
Well, no, I don't. I know that. I know that, but what I'm trying to say is Tuchel doesn't want Traore. But in terms of Chelsea, there's about there's about 6 or 7 players that are after that have to leave Chelsea before they can even try and sanction the Haaland deal. Plus, trying to get Varane. So United at the moment are probably hot on favourites.
Yeah, but we all know what happened with Victor Moses the last time United tried to sign him.
Yeah, but United at the moment are somewhat acting like a big club.
Oh.
The Glazers have no choice at the moment. The Glazers have got no choice at all. That's my thought. But it's one of them. But what about Declan Rice? Do you see Declan Rice going to United? Maybe Lingard being offered as a make weight?
No chance. I don't think so. I don't think they will have Lingard in as an offer because they would want cash up front, and I think he's going to end up at Chelsea some point in his career. Maybe next.
Everyone keeps saying people are ending up at Chelsea. Where's the inflation? Because at the moment Chelsea are trying to get Dortmund, Haaland with 170 million. You add it all up. where with their belief of it's all everyone's going to freaking Chelsea. It's like honestly, I sometimes it confuses me. But we're joined by Velvish one. Velv, what do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about. Are you doing Nuno to Spurs?
Yeah, that is a
Yeah, I'll talk about that. I think it's a good appointment. Like,
right.
because Daniel Levy is a twat, I don't think they'll get enough players this summer, Spurs. But with this current squad, I see Nuno getting the best out of. Like, he's already got Doherty there, his player. So he's more likely to go for a back three. And it will work because the defense ain't good. Only Alderweireld is their only good centre back. So he could probably use
Yeah.
Joe Roden more, Toby, and probably either Sanchez or possibly Ben Davies as a left centre back for next season with Reguilon,
Yeah.
Doherty as the wing backs. Probably see a pivot of Højbjerg and Ndombele could do a job there. And then the front three, it speaks for themselves.
Yeah.
Depending on if Kane goes or not. But he'll get the best out of like Bergwijn. Probably because you can see the best of Lo Celso. He's a very, very good player. Son is Son. He's still gonna go get the goals and assists. And depending what striker comes in, I feel Nuno will do a good job with them.
Yeah, I do hear you. Nippin is we're struggling with Nippin. Nippin is breaking up a little bit there. So comments here, big up Niall and Nippin from Ravi. Varane and Hay at the back would be better than what they're using now. That is true. The only thing holding United back is Ollie Tex. Yeah, I'm just doing some comments. Then we'll get back to you and try to throw away. Yeah. What a signing that be? What a signing that be for Chelsea? Hello, Ishak, and no, your sound is breaking. I having a mare today. But Nippin, one minute, Val, 1 minute. So now, of Declan Rice, Varane, and Haaland, how many of them do you see ending up at Chelsea?
None.
None.
Unfortunately, because they just think because Man United just have bigger pulling power than us.
You think United have a bit in terms of wages?
Look, they just signed one of our targets, Rafael Varane.
Well, I haven't signed him yet.
I would love nothing. I would love nothing more than to see another Victor Moses. I don't know if Victor Moses. I don't know if it was Victor Moses or John Obi Mikel, one of them two, in which they signed for United, and then they ended up at Chelsea.
Yeah, but
can I say something about Varane quickly?
Go for it.
Because you're going for a back three system, I don't think you need Varane in that back three. Because looking at Tuchel's signing, it looks like he's going to continue with his back three for next season. Otherwise, he would have been linked to Adama Traore. Because if Tuchel wants Adama Traore, because we know that Adama Traore will be playing as that wing back role for next season, because they're not getting Hakimi. I don't think Chelsea need Varane. I think you could go for another centre back that usually plays in the back three. Because we saw Varane in the back three against Switzerland. He wasn't convincing at all. So I think Chelsea
long latex.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't Longley. Him, Varane, Kimpembe were awful in that game.
Yeah, but it's
because none of them are used to playing in the back three. Maybe Langley. I don't know much about overrated
centre back.
Oh, Barcelona. Oh, he's shit. Barcelona are a shit 11 club. They're not even the size of Doncaster. But in fact, I probably fancy Doncaster over Barcelona. I mean, what Barcelona have? Oh, Messi, yay, Messi. Oh yeah, let's all jizz over Messi. Oh my god, get over it. Absolutely. Yeah, Pedri's fantastic. I just signed him on Football Manager. Barcelona are not the club they used to be. But no, I do hear that. I think my predictions, Varane will be United. I see a wage packet. We all know United like to give their players more money. They love doing it. They're very generous in their wages for money for players anyway. Less so giving it to other clubs, but for players, they love to chuck it at them. They adore it. I think Haaland will stay at Dortmund. I think that's what I see. I have a funny feeling Declan Rice might end up at the Theatre of Dreams. I need to emphasise the Theatre of Dreams, not the Theatre of Dreams, because he's not signing for Plymouth.
Wait, now, can I ask you a question about Declan Rice quickly?
You may.
Do you think there's so many players that are better than Declan Rice for a cheaper price in the world?
Yes, I do. But well, sure. I'm going to ask you a question in return. Who currently operates Manchester United's transfers?
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, they're getting Declan Rice.
We all know that Ed Woodward is going to bring Declan Rice to Theatre of Dreams and go, look, boys, I did it. And everyone's going to be like, yeah, but you could have probably got Didi for similar price, you muppet. But Woodward is a clown. Rice over Hendo. Thank God Reese isn't here because he'd fly at that comment probably. But Aaron, what do you want to talk about?
Been a busy morning.
It has.
Yeah. Varane to United, I think that's happening, to be honest. I think I've seen the reaction from United fans like, oh, we've got 2 deals working in July. What's going on? Do people actually care about this club now? But no,
They're certainly moving like a bigger club, aren't they?
You know what to do.
They're moving better than they had done in
Chelsea?
previous years.
They're moving better than Chelsea and Man City at this moment. I mean,
and I predicted Chelsea and Man City to move more than Man United for the entire window, but right now Man United are proving me wrong and they're proving other people wrong.
All it needed was Manchester United Glazers to go into a Super League, finish second.
Hey, for Verratti, Jorginho, you know what to do.
What?
Do not get Verratti.
Jorginho knows what to do.
Oh, what, to get Verratti?
Agent Jorginho, are you joking?
Nipper, do you know why I don't think... Nipper, do you know why you're not going to get him?
That overrated paper bag?
No, whoa. No,
he's Verratti... Hold on, Verratti's already agreed a deal for 40 pasties and a pen from Varane. So, don't know why you're trying to get Verratti.
He is a more talented midfielder, Verratti.
It was weird because he asked for 10 of the pasties to be cheese and onion.
Yeah.
Verratti's not going to Chelsea because first reason.
Give me a second.
Verratti ain't shit. It's just he's injury
No,
prone.
not Verratti. Niall, you're chatting waffle.
No, he's right. Verratti could join Plymouth Argyle. Same with Kylian Mbappe.
Nippon, you just said Verratti, Jorginho, you know what to do. You want Verratti, it's clear.
I can confirm Verratti has already signed for 30 pasties and 10 cheese and onion and a pen. Lindsay says, I can confirm Rice is staying in Matt Law is a nonce. Love to see it. I don't really think he is staying in West Ham. I think you need to, by 60 million plus Jesse Lingard. I think you need to start running with that and running a lot. Yeah, Aaron, carry on.
Yeah, so Varane United, I think he's going to be a done deal. Abraham to Villa, I actually don't mind that signing because Chelsea are letting go of a young up-and-coming talent, and I think Villa are gaining.
No, they're not. You can't call Tammy Abraham a talent.
Let
Come
me finish.
on, don't degrade yourself.
Aston
Don't degrade
Villa
yourself
are
like that,
bringing
Aaron.
another attacking threat that will prove people
Oh,
wrong.
hold on. Now, Aaron, I have a lot of respect for you and I have a lot of love for you. This I'm doing it. Don't degrade yourself like this by calling Tammy Abraham either a talent or a threat. Just call him a footballer.
Okay, he's a footballer. I think for Villa, he's a decent footballer. For Aston Villa, he's a decent footballer.
I agree with that.
And I think that, what's the price? 20 million? What we're talking here?
40.
40?
40?
That's a bit overpriced, in my opinion.
The Villa don't do it. Don't do it.
40 million is not worth it. I would rather buy John Bostock for nothing.
You do have Vlahovic is around that price. He's around 40 mil.
I think the best thing to do here would probably go. I would probably half that, and maybe it's a decent price.
Would you turn on Chelsea and go thank you but no, and just walk out the door and be like 40 million pounds? Outrageous.
If Chelsea offered me 40 million for Tammy Abraham, I would just do that Grandpa Joe gif from The Simpsons, just walk in, grab the hat, and just walk out the door again.
So that's the funniest thing you've ever said, Aaron.
Rice. I don't want him to leave because I think West Ham's onto something in terms of a project, but if he does leave, then maybe he deserves it. But at the same time, I think West Ham are on the road to something here. I think, yes, it's David Moyes. Yes, they've got bad owners, but they're on to something. They proved last year when they were nearly in the Champions League, they were on to something. If they keep Rice and somehow find the funds for Jesse Lingard as well, then they've got a project going on over there.
Or they take the 60 million plus Lingard for free and run with it and go and get, because we all know Souček is an incredible talent, so you could go get another DM, maybe another. Maybe take the money and.
If they put Declan Rice in a deal with Lingard, and Lingard went to West Ham, Declan Rice went to United, and then spent 50 million on Camavinga or something like that, then that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. If West Ham take the Rice money, take Lingard, invest the 60 million into a couple of players for the squad, is that not a better deal for West Ham? Because they're gonna need a bit of squad depth.
I think because they're in Europe now. If you're going to spend the money on someone like a Camavinga or someone class in that CDM position, then
Camavinga in the CDM.
Well, you can put it as CDM.
They just need to be smart with their money. Invest that 60 million into the squad.
Yeah,
and it works perfectly. And don't forget, you're also picking up Jesse Lingard free as well, so it's not actually an outrageously bad deal. Go for McTominay or Fred.
Yeah,
actually, oh my god. Do this, right? Get Fred. Say United will take Say United will take 50 million. Fred and Jesse Lingard. That's a good deal.
That's actually not a bad deal.
Right. David Sullivan, I am available. I will negotiate with United. They're very easy to negotiate with.
No, there's no way. Yep. If I hear Fred,
Velvish one Fred for free is. Trust me. He'll probably do quite well with West Ham as well. It'll be another one of these talents that leaves United and goes on to do well. He's actually good for Brazil as well.
Yeah. Nuno to Spurs. I haven't really shared my thoughts on this yet. I think it's.
Let me just pause you. Daniel Levy said, "With that to our core DNA of playing attacking and entertaining football, they tried Nuno." So I just wanted to pause you on that.
Poundland Mourinho. They just signed Poundland Mourinho. I think Spurs will bring in a lot of more Portuguese talent now. I think that was Nuno's sort of transfer standpoint on Wolves. I think they'll be getting the next
Portugal C team.
They're going to. Will he even be allowed to get transfers with Daniel Levy in charge?
Well, I think the best they could.
He'll walk up to the boardroom and be like, "I want this player," and Daniel Levy will be like, No.
I was going to say, I think
you don't understand how this club works. We don't buy players. Are you mad?
I was going to say, I think he might walk in wanting like a 21-year-old Portuguese wonder kid for 60 million, and he might walk out with a Might walk out with a 16-year-old for 10 million or something like that.
I want to strike it and leave you. You got power there. He was in League One last year, into like 2 goals.
I don't
He's
think he's been
quality.
loaned. I mean, I don't think he's been loaned out yet either. So I think they might end up trying.
Power
to
has
use
been
him.
loaned out. He has been
Has
loaned
it?
out, so yeah, I think so.
Right, hang on. I need to double check this.
I'm
I'm
surprised they haven't loaned out Velviswan's face yet. They need to do that.
Yeah, he was playing at Ipswich Town last season.
Lads, how we all doing? Big up you, Niall, and
he got 2
United
goals
for the
in
Sancho
18 games.
signing. Velviswan, shut up. When you're wrapping up, we're wrapping up in 9 minutes. So there is time for you to jump on and have your say if you wish.
Troy
Link
Parrott
is-
was
the
on
link's
loan
in
at
that, by the way.
Ipswich from January till May, so he's not going out on loan to another club as of yet. It was just the end of last season, so he's not going out on loan yet.
So Velviswan lied.
Yes.
No,
I have squashed Velviswan for the first time in my career.
Velviswan, you lying prick.
what? No.
You liar.
He said.
He's
You-
been
you're
locked in the
liar.
Velviswan penitentiary.
Hey, Uno reverse card. You can't stop me.
I will edit Velviswan in that penitentiary behind you with the bars in front.
Bear in mind, I still have your legends in the Sheffield United, Sheffield
No.
Wednesday.
No, I don't even think about it, bro. I think that first of all, RIP Sancho updates 2019 to 2021. We're not gonna have any more Sancho updates until it's after the official medical and holding up the shirt. So
I've got a Sancho update actually. Believe it or not, there is actually.
But he failed the medical.
No. Confirm Manchester United are paying Dortmund in installments of 5 years, 70 million a year.
That's not bad.
What? You're accepting that, Dortmund?
Apparently, Dortmund weren't happy with the price, but accepted it anyway because they're a small and irrelevant club.
We are paying Jadon Sancho £200,000 per week.
This is a statement about this season.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's nothing really relevant. Is it?
Minamino
Let's
is
be
better than
real.
Sancho.
It's exciting. It's exciting that he's ready for a big
Hey,
season.
let's see what our centre backs do first before we
Yeah.
get excited.
Sancho's gonna flop. Watch.
Well, we've got a signing tomorrow. That's been delayed because he's training with his parent club. So we've delayed that for a day. So we're going to get that sorted tomorrow. Whoever that may be, we don't know who
Schwab
it is.
is a bad boy.
He's been locked in the penitentiary on a sin bin.
Yeah, I've just locked him in.
You can't defeat me.
But in
Watch me.
terms of in terms of other news, I mean, Emil Smith-Rowe's not signed a new contract yet.
Hold up. We don't do other news on this show. We stick to the topics agreed.
Well, then I'm all
Hold
on
on,
topic.
Aaron, you've been on the show plenty of times. You know how we work. You know our behaviours. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask everyone for their opinion. So, Varane to United, who thinks it will be done?
Yeah.
Varane shit anyway. So he's gone
Sadly.
to
So
the
that's-
shit club.
Velviswan, it's a yes or
Right.
no.
Velviswan is just a. Okay, so that is. Yeah, well, it sounds it. So that is confirmed. Abraham Villa, who sees that happening?
No.
Me.
Oh, for that
It'll
price
happen.
now.
I think Villa will play. I think they'll pay it, to be honest.
If they're half the price, then
Wait,
yes. But
so
at this
that
stage-
means Tammy will be the record signing player. What? It's a 40
Well,
million
hey,
euros
hey,
account.
Velviswan, don't speak too early. Abraham could end up being class.
I mean, they
No,
love
Aaron,
Tammy
you're
Abraham.
What did
speaking
you
to-
say? What did you just say?
Who?
You.
It's not gonna be the end of the world if we.
I think Abraham's not amazing, but will do better at Villa than he has done at Chelsea.
That's not what you said. What did you say?
I want to reword it to
No. What did you just say?
I don't want to be sin binned and put in the prison.
Velviswan, what did he say?
Tammy Abraham's going to be class.
Oh dear, Aaron. Oh dear. I'm clipping that off. I'm clipping that off when he has to go back to League Two. Haaland. Does anyone see him joining Chelsea this summer?
No, staying.
Not
Stay at
this
Dortmund.
We're all pretty
No.
much agreeing here.
I think
Declan Rice United.
No,
I don't know why
they
we're
could
not
be.
going for this guy. What's his name?
Oh.
Alex Isaac.
I'm
Isaac.
50. I'm 50.
50-50 for Declan Rice.
Okay. And Nuno to Spurs. Who sees that happening?
No.
That's a done deal. That's a done deal.
I mean,
Nip him. This is Tottenham, so it wouldn't surprise me if he just pulls out of the deal right now.
Come on,
Wait,
hang
come on. Interview
hang
done,
on.
everything done.
Hang on, to be fair, Swindon let go of their manager after a month because of ownership problems. So
No,
it's
but-
not out the realms of possibility with Nuno to go after a month.
That could have been Nathan Redmond in disguise. Nathan Redmond in disguise. You never know.
But no. What I will say to end this thing, going back to the Haaland thing, he's not leaving this summer, but I'm sure some of you will have seen the news that Mbappe is running out his contract and leaving next summer for free.
Redmond.
So, if Mbappe goes to Real Madrid next summer, Haaland could go somewhere else next summer. It could be the move between Haaland and Mbappe next summer. I think next summer's the focus for Haaland and Mbappe. Mbappe to Real Madrid, Haaland to
What?
either
No.
Madrid or
Whoa.
Chelsea
Mbappe
next
to
season.
Liverpool.
No. Before Bell talks, shut up, mate. Mbappe has literally said he only wants to move to. Well, not he said, but a very reliable source of the Madrid zone, Full Moon, said that he only wants to go to Real Madrid. No
Let me
one
just
else.
tell you one
doesn't.
thing.
It's not only Real Madrid.
Guys,
He said
let me
he'll
just tell you one
consider a
thing, yeah?
Liverpool move.
Full Moon. Top
Let me
tier
just
source.
tell you
No,
one thing, yeah?
He's not going to go Real Madrid because Zidane ain't there anymore.
Doesn't matter.
It don't matter,
It's still
he
Real
said
Madrid. But
Madrid zone.
That's
look, I'm just going to mute you.
Let me just
I'm
tell
going
you
to
one
mute
thing, yeah?
you.
Let me just tell you one thing.
Yes.
Real Madrid aren't getting both Haaland and Mbappe.
No one
Yeah.
is saying that. No one is saying that is going to happen. But
Yeah.
look, we're digressing. We're digressing more than
Yeah,
usual.
sorry,
and-
I just wanted to confirm
and-
my
yeah, no,
statement.
I know that, and I'm pulling everyone back in because we're wrapping up now. Because I'm going to go play some more football manager. Don't forget England show tonight at 8 p.m. Obviously reviewing the Germany match, previewing the Ukraine. Got assembling a good panel there, so make sure you tune in for that at 8 o'clock. Got another episode of Transfer Talk at 10 p.m. as well. So before we go, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel with notifications on, check out our socials, Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, Instagram, Let's Talk EPL _, and on TikTok at Let's Talk Premier League. Kenny, where can they find you?
You can find me at Sancho is here, at Let's Talk EPL, and Kenny TV on YouTube, and Kenny the United fan on Twitch.
Nippin, where can they find you? I guess Nippin can't be found.
4 eyes and 3
Yep.
U's.
Yeah.
And my other Instagram, you can find me at Nippon Reviews Cuisines. My Twitter is the Nippon Sharma, and my YouTube is Nippon Sharma. I'm about 50 subscribers away from 400 subs.
Yeah, I hear that. And Aaron, where can they find you?
Apart from Sheffield Wednesday fans' back pockets, you can find me on Twitter at Aaron_Challoner, Instagram at Aaron Challoner Official. You can find me on Snapchat, Coach_Chal19, TikTok at Aaron Challoner, Pro Football DRFC, and Coach Chal YouTube channels. We're on the road to 700 subs for Pro Football DRFC, on the road to 3,000 subs and 1 million views on Coach Chal. And you can also find me in the serial of Rotherham United fans poisoning them.
Lovely. And Valve, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Instagram at Vel_skills.
Perfect. And yeah, we're going to wrap up there. We'll be back at 8 p.m. for the England show. But until then, thanks for watching, guys, and peace out.